If you're running Google Ads to generate phone calls, but the results aren't where they should be, then this video is for you. I'll go over 6 costly mistakes that can quietly reduce your call volume or attract the wrong type of phone calls, which might be holding your campaigns back. So let's get started. So guys, we're in our Google Ads dashboard, and if you're a business running Google Ads to generate phone calls, there are certain costly mistakes that can waste your budget, and especially if you want to generate phone calls with Google Ads. And in this video, we're going to go through some of these mistakes and what you can do about them. This is one of our example account, and as you can see, in the last 30 days, we've generated 388 phone calls and around 248 conversions. And with data-driven attribution model, you might see these kind of numbers, 248.02. And this cost per conversion is calculated based on this number. Why we have more number of phone calls than the number of conversions? Because it might include repeat phone calls, or we might have missed phone calls, or let's say certain phone calls might be low quality, like less than 5 seconds, less than 10 seconds. And that's why if you try to include unique number of conversions, we can calculate the numbers with this one. And the cost per conversion is around $24.02. So let's get started. A quick reminder, I've generated thousands of phone calls using Google Ads. If you want to copy my exact Google Ads campaign structure to generate phone calls, I'm giving it away for free. You can use it as a blueprint or copy it into your own account. Link is in the description below. The first thing is not tracking conversions properly, because conversion tracking is important and you can measure the campaign performance by looking at your conversion tracking metrics. And you might have phone calls coming from the ads, or you might have phone call conversion action coming from the website, or you might have sometimes form submissions. So we're going to go to goals, and the conversions, we're going to go to summary. And with this particular account, we're mostly tracking phone call related conversion. And if you're going to see it from here, these phone call related conversions can be included here in this category and in the contact section. So as I told, you might have phone calls coming from the ads directly, or you might have phone calls coming from the website. So you might set up phone call conversion actions for your website as well. And you need to properly track your conversion actions from day one before running your campaigns. And if sometimes you can get form submissions, you can also set up form submission conversion action. And overall, tracking conversions is really important because you want to know the results for each specific keyword, ad groups, and campaigns. And depending on that, you can make your optimizations. Otherwise, your results might be random and you don't know what is working, what is not working, and you might spend more for unprofitable keywords, or you might spend less for highly profitable keywords. So that's why tracking conversions can be really useful to make your optimizations and to analyze the performance of your campaigns. And the next thing on our list, you might be spending more and more on unprofitable keywords. So you can go to the target keywords section. That's one way of analyzing it. So if you're going to see it from here, certain keywords can be more profitable than others. And you can look at the data. The longer the time range, the better it is, the more reliable it can be. So we're seeing the last 30 days, and the better way would be to look at the last 90 days, 120 days, because you might have more clicks, more conversions, and you might have more accurate conversion data, and you can see their cost per conversion as well. And from there, if you are properly tracking your conversions, there can be certain low quality, very expensive keywords, and you need to either limit their search volume or pause those kind of keywords so that you can allocate more of your budget for winning keywords and more profitable keywords. So for that, again, you need to look at the longer time range, and you can see the keywords and you can sort them by their cost per conversion or by their conversions and identify the keywords which can be more profitable than others. As you can see, our certain keywords have cheaper cost per conversion. As you can see, this has $18 cost per conversion. This has slightly more expensive, $23 cost per conversion. And again, we're seeing the last 30 days. And if you're going to see the last, let's say, 120 days, that'll be more reliable. And we can sort them by their cost per conversion. And as you can see, there are certain keywords which are way more expensive, but it has only got 5 clicks, which is not statistically significant. But if it got like 10 plus clicks, 15 plus clicks, then it would be more reliable. And you can consider either limiting their search volume depending on their bid strategy, or you can pause those kind of keywords. But they should have generated enough search volume. And based on that, you can give more of your budget to higher performing keywords and more profitable keywords, and limit or stop spending on low quality, unprofitable keywords. And the next thing in our list, you might be targeting keywords with no buyer intent. So let's say you might be targeting more generic keywords. So let's see that example. So for that, we're going to go to Keyword Planner and we're going to go to Tools and the Planning. We're going to go to Keyword Planner and click on Discover New Keywords. And here you can include a keyword from your industry. Let's say as an example, we're going to choose a locksmith industry. So for that, lower quality keyword would be, let's say, the keyword of locksmith. So instead, you can target the keyword of, let's say, locksmith near me, or car locksmith near me, emergency locksmith near me, car key replacement near me. If somebody is using these kind of terms, most probably they could be looking for services and they need those kind of services. Or let's say if you're in the plumbing industry. And here, for example, the keyword plumbing can attract some relevant traffic as well, but it might not have buyer intent. So that's why I would suggest you to target the keywords of, let's say, plumbers near me, emergency plumber near me, rather than choosing the water heater replacement. If there is a version of water heater replacement near me or water heater replacement services, I would choose those kind of keywords because they might have buyer intent and they may not have mixed intent like plumbing. And the next mistake could be building generic campaigns instead of building call focused campaigns. So from your target keywords, as I've shown here, and your ad groups, your assets, your ads, and overall campaign structure and overall account structure should be created in a way that it should help you to generate as many phone calls as possible. So some businesses might use Google Ads campaigns that are very generic, like it can be applicable for different industries, and those kind of templates might be used for your industry as well. So instead of building those generic campaigns that can be used for anyone and everyone, you can start building call focused campaigns from the beginning. So even the small details should be focused on to generate phone calls, such as, let's say, your ad scheduling, the types of headlines and descriptions you are using, or the type of traffic you are getting. And with that way, you can maximize your chance of generating phone calls with those types of campaigns. And the next thing in our list, using your home page as your landing page. So let's say you have your main domain name, and that domain name can lead to your home page. And some businesses, or I would say most businesses, can use their home page as their landing page, which means for Google Ads campaigns, they can use that exact same URL. For example, if they have different service categories, they can still use that same URL. But instead, you can create tailored, call-focused landing pages that are relevant to specific ad groups or target keywords, so that you can increase your relevancy by showing your ads to the people who are looking for specific services. If they are looking for one service, you can show your first landing page. If they're looking for a second service, you can show your second landing page. With that way, you can increase your relevancy, and it can also increase your conversion rate, which means the number of phone calls. So as an example, as always, if we're going to assume that that's our landing page and we are seeing its mobile version, you should have a relevant headline to your target keyword. You may add your descriptions. You may have your call to actions, which should be to generate phone call. And you might have some trust factors. But overall, you should have a call-focused landing page relevant to your target keywords. And with that way, you can increase your chance of converting more of the traffic you're getting with highly relevant landing page. So with my own clients, I also use my own template to generate phone calls. So depending on their service type, we might create more landing pages. And again, the landing page is also another important factor to turn relevant traffic and to increase your conversion rate. Otherwise, even if you receive high quality, relevant traffic and your landing page can be generic, and it might be hurting your performance to convert more of those users, and you might have a high bounce rate with just generic low quality landing page. And the next thing in our list, you should do your optimizations for your campaigns to generate phone calls. So let's say you have created a high quality, high converting campaign and landing pages, let's say. And the job is not done yet because you need to regularly optimize your campaigns, because over time your campaign might start underperforming and you need to add, let's say, negative keywords or add more target keywords which have been converting. And for that, doing optimizations to generate phone calls is important if you want to improve your results or if you want to eliminate low quality, low converting traffic. So if you're going to see examples from here, so we're going to go to the search terms report. So you can do optimizations by looking at the search terms report as well, but you can also look at other areas. But I'm giving you as an example, showing you search terms report. So if you're going to see the search terms, Here, as you can see, certain keywords have been added, and for some reason, certain keywords might not have been added. And you can do optimizations by adding keywords, by excluding keywords, and you might have some keyword ideas by looking at your search terms so that you can create more ad groups. Maybe you can create a separate campaign, and maybe you can identify certain profitable areas that you may not have been using and start targeting those kind of keywords, and you might scale your campaigns with that way. So search terms report can be helpful for doing your optimization. That's just one part, and there might be other parts as well. Maybe you need to review your call recordings, or maybe you need to review your targeting settings so that if certain areas are more expensive, you can limit those areas and send more traffic or more budget towards cheaper and higher converting areas. But overall, optimization is a key part of improving your campaigns. And again, if you receive some irrelevant traffic, either by impressions or clicks, you need to add negative keywords regularly. So in the last, I think it was 120 days. And if we're gonna see that the excluded search terms from here in that period, 1.2 thousand. As you can see, because you need to regularly exclude keywords, maybe there are certain areas you might be receiving low quality traffic, and if you can regularly exclude keywords, overall that can be better for your business to have more cleaner and cleaner search terms report. Or at least if there are certain irrelevant keywords that can attract traffic to your website, it can help eliminate those kind of big search terms eating more of your budget. So guys, these are some of the mistakes the advertisers can make when they want to generate phone calls with Google Ads. So again, guys, if you want to copy my exact type of campaign structure, you can click the link in the description below. Or if you guys want my help to generate phone calls for your business, you can also apply to work with me and we can see whether we can work together. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video and see you guys in my other videos.